This is Rodney G. Thank you for being with me. And we're here, we're doing it. And if you wasn't here for the last video, shame on you. Put your hand out. Put your hand out, turn your head. I'm about to smack it. All right. Don't tell nobody. I don't want agents coming over to my door taking me away because I smacked your hand. Not political. This is not a political podcast. So this is Scarred Not Silent. And what I'm going to do is, or what I did the last episode, is I broke it down into some mini episodes. So technically there are many seasons. And so the purpose of this was to, I was finish my initial kidney journey discussion podcast. And I thought, well, that's just kind of like these new movies that they come out now. They're all artsy, if you would. And they give you all this stuff in the beginning and they give you all this stuff in the middle. And then at the end, it's like, okay, we're done. And then you're like, what the hell happened? Well, is he alive? Is he dead? Did they go? Did they go? Did they get married? Did they kiss? Did they make love? What happened? And then you just gotta, it's like when you was in like grade school and you had to choose your ending. Like, I'm not trying to choose my ending. You spent millions of dollars, put an ending to this movie. All right. I spent not $1 million. I'm trying to put an ending to this podcast, which is just breaking down all kind of questions that I could discuss regarding the journey and everything else. This is like a deeper dive off of the podcast from ChatGPT. This because I was really going fast. This is like, if this is going to take me an hour to talk about, it takes an hour to talk about. That's how I kind of feel like it's going to be. And so this week, I got them broken down. I'm super prepared. So this week is what I learned about pain. Let me give you what I learned about pain. This is the highly educated answer I'm giving you right now. Pain hurts. Pain hurts like hell. I don't even know what hell is going to feel like. I'm not planning to attend hell. Hell's not on my afterlife party. But it hurts. That's what pain. That's what I learned about pain. It hurts. But also what I learned about pain is if you get enough of it, you'll learn, or you can learn, how to, it's true about the mind over matter, right? It's, once you've been through so much, you try to develop mechanisms to at least take the mind off the pain, which is doable. I have been through, oh my gosh, I've been through, I don't know, like rolling on a decade of pain. And right now I haven't been in any pain for a while. Any of the, was reworded. I haven't been in any serious pain, or maybe the chronic pain. It's been a while. It's always pain where you go, oh, that hurt. I just bent down and my back locked up, or, ooh, I rolled out of bed, my neck hurts. But that's not the pain like I'm recovering from, a kidney transplant, or some people are dealing with cancer and so many other things. That's pain. And I know hives can be pain, and having skin conditions. And so I know there's real pain without going to surgery. I don't want to minimize anyone's pain. And I actually had, when I first started doing life coaching, I had, this was actually in my training session. And my wife had uh, helped me find some people to do some training. And it was a lady who tried everything in the world and just the pain was unbearable. And she wasn't able to do much. And she was still trying to have a quality of life. But most days the pain was unbearable. And even it sounded like, physicians might have had a difficult time trying to help her pain. And at some point, it just came to like meditating on your pain, which probably sounds ridiculous because people say, "Well, if I'm in so much pain, how am I meditate?" You meditate because you're in so much pain. I know that when I was, it was one part like after the kidney surgery, and I know I discussed it. I might not have discussed in this detail, but there was I had a surgery and I was going through the healing process and I was still doing regular visits. And this is pretty far after I would say that I had the kidney surgery. And let me make sure it's the kidney surgery. Yeah, I think it was the kidney surgery. Between that or the heart valve, but either way, I had went into the doctor and I had went in for something totally different. It was actually I went in because I had I had a urinary tract infection, and I needed to go ahead and get it checked and get on some antibiotics. But prior to the urinary tract infection, which was uncomfortable, I wouldn't say it was like, and it was painful, but it was I was able to manage it. Like I probably, but learning that I have more of a tolerance for it because now I kind of teach myself to kind of block some of that pain out. That I end up having it was like a soft, fluidy mass, uh, like right in the like my growing area, and so I told the doctor, I said, I said I have a tendency just to kind of deal with things, but since you're already here and my medical situations, I don't want to keep it to myself and it gets worse. Can you check this? Because I have like this. I think there was a procedure that was done there, and I said, and there's a mass that's filled with like this liquid, and I don't want to. It's like a knot, so I don't really want to. And that's what it was. It was like a knot, and it was kind of moved around. And so she's like, "Oh, I think that could be a clot that you might be clotting." So she said, "Let me see if I could get you admitted to the ER." So they put me in a wheelchair and wheeled me to the ER. I was already at the doctor's. I was at the doctor's office, which was at a large hospital, but it wasn't at the ER section. So they wheeled me to ER and got registered. And long story short, they looked at it and they decided to perform this procedure, which I would have to stay overnight for just because of my health issues. They didn't want it to become an issue. And I had already came out of the hospital um, a couple weeks prior to that. And this, so they went in and numbed it, and they put this fluid inside this mask that's supposed to dry up the whatever's in there that was creating the blockage, the um so that the clot wouldn't break off and go to wherever in the body. And I still feel like it was a master, but wherever this fluid they put in was doing its job, I guess. So after they put the fluid in there, then you have to go and they get you positioned like they have take the medical bed, and it basically goes up to where I'm laying in the bed, and my feet my feet my feet my feet uh was projected slightly towards the ceiling, so my head's dipped down, and I had to stay like that for it was hours. I think it was I had to lay like that for 4 hours, if I remember correctly. And I guess that was to help prevent that clot from, or the medicine from doing whatever. So it's supposed to help this clot. And I was literally just suspended like this for 4 hours. And then it started getting uncomfortable after a couple hours. And I was hungry too because I didn't eat lunch. And the the nurse's assistant, I don't know, they call them TAs or nurse assistants, or what's the proper terminology. She brought in the food, and I said, well, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to maneuver my food to eat. So, are you able to basically feed me? So she had to sit next to me and give me my food, um, to make sure I was able to eat. However, after like the 2 hours, things were starting to, feel really uncomfortable because I'm positioned like upside down, basically. So I just closed my eyes and did some imaging. And when the pain started, I would think about some of the happiest moments in my life. And it doesn't take the pain away from where it's like completely gone, at least for me. But it took the pain to a point where it was extremely manageable for me. And I continued to process like those thoughts. Obviously, I opened up my eyes, but when the pain seemed to come back, I close them and think about those moments. And it helped me sustain those 2 hours without the intense pain that I was feeling. So, what I learned about pain is that it can be managed. It can be managed with pharmaceuticals, but also it can be managed with the mind. They actually have courses where um, it could be PhD level or people that are certified to help manage pain in a holistic way, without taking these intense narcotics. Is what you get, these intense narcotics, which risk, the risk is being addicted and whatever else it could be. Like I said, I'm not a medical professional, but so you could ask your doctor more about that. But they do have people that help uh, with using your brain power to control your pain issues. So feel free to check that out. I don't have any, excuse me, I don't have any resources with me right now, but I will be happy to get them if you would like, um, and that could help you out. So outside of pain hurting, I think it's also manageable. I think also pain is needed. Pain is needed to do its purpose. Pain is wasn't just there to inflict pain on us. It wasn't there just to be like, you're an asshole. Here's some pain to take with you. Like that's our alert system right there. That's our. If you've ever been in like in the Midwest or like Oklahoma or places, but speaking from my experience growing up in the Midwest, and actually like had it right across the street, that they do these emergency alerts and this horn will go off and this horn would just be blaring like, and it would like last for several minutes, and then the emergency system would broadcast on the TV. Well, that's your pain, right? So when you cut your finger, your horn's blasting to say, "Oh my God, you just cut your finger. Look down." And then you can assess it and go, "Oh my God, I can see the white meat of my finger. I need to go to the hospital." Well, that pain just helped you figure out that you did some damage instead of just running around with your finger cut, not knowing, bleeding to death or getting infection. So pain is needed. Pain allows you to pinpoint what's wrong and something needs to be fixed before it's possibly too late. I know that it's probably common to ignore our pain because we have it so much, but do not ignore your pain because it's there for a reason. It's your alarm system. It's your tornado alarm letting you know the storm is going to come. So if you don't take heed to the warning, you get the risk of blowing away like that cow in Twister, the movie, the first movie. Don't be like the cow. Don't blow away. Go get that pain checked out. And if you do have some type of medicines, it's been prescribed by a doctor and it's okay to take it, and that's your last resort. You try to deal with the pain as best as possible mentally. Sometimes it does get overbearing. If you and your doctor discuss it, that's what you have. But if there's pain that is going to other parts of your body and you know that's not normal, then get it checked out. Things move in our bodies. Clots move, things move, little creatures move, whatever's in our bodies. Get it checked out. So that's what I learned. I hope that helped you. I'll be seeing you Friday. So Scarred Not Silent. This is Rodney G. Take care. And if you wake up, you have a purpose. Bye.